Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be finding out what happens if you don't kill the legendary lion while trying to hunt it and return it to the animal lady wrangler in Red Dead Redemption 2. So this experiment was brought to my attention by a lot of you guys who mentioned that I should try this on my Facebook page, so thank you to everyone who has recommended this. In case you guys have no idea what I'm talking about with a legendary lion in RDR2, it all starts in the mission He's British, of course, which you can activate once you reach Chapter 3. And this is how it all begins.
What the devil are you looking at?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry. I'm ruined. Ruined!
How so?
It's a disaster. Who wants to see a woman wrangle wild animals who doesn't have any bloody wild animals? Come to America, they said. Come to the land of opportunity, they said. Sod you, Daddy, I said. I'm going to America to make it on the stage. I don't want to be in the army. Oh, now look at me. The old git will have a field day.
I didn't really understand any of that.
I had an act. The bravest woman in the world. The animal wrangler. Watch her tame wild beasts.
And you were the woman.
Of course I was the bloody woman. Look at me. It's the stage. Grease paint. Tears. No one wants to see a man wrangling wild animals. And no one wants to see a woman wrangling nothing. Can I borrow your gun? I want to shoot myself. You see, I'm buggered.
Why?
My animals, they escaped. And now I'm buggered.
What escaped?
A priceless Ranjaniki tiger from the slopes of the Hindu Heights. A fantastic, elusive zebra from the plains of Ongo Bongo by the shores of the Limpopo. And a magnificent lion from the grasslands of Tanganyika.
Yeah, I see your problem. They're pretty hard to come by around here.
Listen, friend, help a fellow out, would you? I'm beyond desperate. If you see any of them, will you bring them back here?
If I see a tiger or a lion or a zebra just roaming around.
Exactly. Well, I believe the zebra's up near Larned Sod. Distinctive creature that he is. I'll make it worth your while.
All right, madam.
It's bloody Margaret, not madam.
Okay, so you've met Miss Marjorie right there, and he wants you to go get his lost zebra. So we have to go find the zebra, and it's pretty easy to find. All like the mission markers are marked on the map. So you find the zebra, and it turns out to be a donkey in grease paint, which is going to be the theme of this video, that nothing seems to be real. And when you return to Miss Marjorie with the donkey, this is what happens.
Good grief! You found him! Our zebra!
Well, you can call him that. Although he's as much a zebra as you are a lady animal wrangler.
Oh dear, you're missing the point, aren't you? It's an illusion, a trick of the eye to bamboozle the senses, confound comprehension.
Hoodwink your audience?
Hoodwink? Our audiences? Dear boy, don't be so dreadfully literal. No one will pay for the truth. They only pay for deception. The allure of the stage, dreams and reality. What is the greater conjuring trick? Lassoing some poor beast on the plains of mumbo-jumbo land and shipping it here so it can dance the polka? Or turning, there, in the glare of those arc lamps, something mundane into something extraordinary? It's the difference between prose and poetry. It's alchemy. We're selling dreams, dear boy.
Well, as long as you don't pay me with tickets to your show.
Yes. Well, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
And speaking of my payment...
Of course, of course. I shall make it worth your while. But, first, we shall need the whole menagerie back before we can think about that. My assistant's gone for the tiger.
Tiger?
Yes, yes. And taken our remaining lion in case it could lend a paw. They're down there on Caliga Way. Please, I hate to ask.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so that was part one. Now we need to find a lost tiger. And for this, we need to go closer to Saint Denis and Rhodes. And when we approach the lost caravan, this is what happens next.
Hey, mister.
Oh,
Miss.
howdy, mister.
Did you lose a tiger?
Yeah, you found one?
Nah, I found your caravan down the way. Margaret said that you might need a hand.
Oh, you weren't wrong. That tiger's missing. I sent our best lion out to find him, and now he's missing too. It is a right old predicament.
Your lion from Timbuktu, weren't he?
From Valentine, I think. He might be more of a kind of dog than a lion, but in a certain light, a feller could never tell.
Of course. Which way to go?
Into them shrubs over there.
Okay. Why don't you hop up on the wagon and I'll see if I can find his track.
Okay.
Okay, so our objective is to find the tiger, which ends up eating the dog that they had been using as a lion. Like I said, this whole stranger mission is hilarious. I would highly recommend you check it out for yourself. Long story short, what happens is Arthur is able to lure the tiger, which is a cougar, in makeup and grease paint, back into the cage. And then him and Sally Nash, who is the lady of this group, they actually ride back to Mrs. Marjorie. And once they arrive, this is what happens.
Aha! I see you found each other.
Sure did, Mr. Margaret.
Jolly good, jolly good.
You know, tarring and feathering a donkey is one thing.
I beg your pardon? It's grease paint, makeup.
But playing dolls dressed up with a wild animal, you're gonna want to be a lot more careful.
Strappy ate King, Mr. Margaret. I saw her do it.
I always thought they got along.
Oh, she liked him just fine. She licked her chops and asked for seconds. Hey, speaking of which, you got any more word on that runaway lion, or are you gonna pay me for these misfits?
Look, I'm well aware that we're not Royal Command performance material. Daddy, you were right, goddamn you! But a cow barn in Rhodes is hardly Drury Bloody Lane.
You got any word on the lion?
Yes, I've got word on the lion. Shit is the word. Someone saw him near Emerald Ranch. As you know, we're lately very short on lions. So, I'd be very grateful. All kinds of grateful.
There's only one kind of grateful I care about.
So long, mister.
Be a dear and fix me a gin.
Okay, so now we are ready to face the lion, and the lion is at Emerald Ranch. So all Arthur or John does, if you're doing this as John, is you have to ride to Emerald Ranch, and when you arrive, you will find there is some commotion outside of the barn.
Hold it tight! We caught a trapper here! Boy! I should go and get my repeater. What's the ruckus, boys?
Get back! We got a cursed creature in here.
Oh, yeah?
It's as big as a mule and as mean as a hellcat.
It looked like a lion to me.
That's a dog in there.
A dog?
Now, if you'll excuse me. Step aside.
What?
I said step aside. Yeah, boy.
Didn't look like no dog.
Come here, boy. Let's go home.
Look what you done! Look what you done!
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so it turns out that this is actually a real lion, and when you approach where the lion is located, which is in one of the horse barns a little bit further away, this is what will happen. However, we are going to not shoot the lion at first. I want to see what happens.
Sweet mother. Easy, boy. Easy. Shit!
Okay, so that was definitely interesting. I certainly wouldn't call it like a secret cutscene, but it was a unique and different outcome. Arthur sort of gets throat slashed here, and I've never seen that before, so that was actually kind of cool. Even when you're attacked by like the big cats in the forest, they aren't one shot, one kills. Same with the giant animals like the grizzly bears. They at least give you a chance to survive. So this might be the only animal in the game that has that like throat slash kill you on sight ability. That was kind of interesting. I tried this a couple of more times to see if the same thing would occur, and it turns out the answer is yes. I even tested this a couple of more times as well, where I would only put 1 or 2 shots into the lion, because when I did this for the only couple of times that I did not mess around with this lion. I shot it as many times as I could. I was fearful for my life, and you guys probably did the same thing, which is why you might not have ever seen something like this. So does it change the outcome of the mission itself? The answer is no. You just get to see Arthur, John literally get their throat ripped out, which is kind of interesting. You have to give Rockstar some credit here. They actually like programmed a new animation and sort of the way Arthur or John falls to the ground and grabs their throat. So that is kind of cool, but it ultimately doesn't change the outcome of this mission. You still have to kill the lion. And when you kill the lion, you can actually take its paw, which will allow you to create the lion's paw trinket, which is actually quite useful. This is something that you can craft at the fence literally as soon as you're done, since you are at Emerald Ranch, and there's a fence at Emerald Ranch too. Now, once you've killed the lion, the only thing left to do is to return to Miss Marjorie and ultimately give him the bad news that the lion is not going to be returning.
Odysseus returns! Sally, get the cages ready!
Yes, sir, Mr. Margaret, right away.
Man-eating lion. You didn't think that it might be useful for me to know that this time the animal was actually real, you moron?
Steady on. I clearly stated that we were looking
You
for...
haven't clearly stated anything in all the time I've known you. That could have been a goose for all I
A
know.
goose will hardly get them to their feet for the curtain call. Bring on the king of the beasts, on the other hand, and they feel the roar. And they, well, look about as surprised as you do. What have you done with him, if you don't mind me asking?
I killed him. He's dead.
Bloody hell! This is Ramo, boy.
Well, it was him or me. Now, pay me.
Yes, of course, of course. I have just the thing. And what a treasure it is! You're a lucky man, sir. Very lucky man. From the mines of El Dorado, as green as the rainforest, as clear as the Amazon, and as dear as all the gold in the Andes. One man's labor is but a trifle compared to this jewel's true value. Wait! I shouldn't. What would Daddy say?
Your daddy ain't here, and we had a deal.
Yes, of course. A promise is a promise. Sally, get the wagons moving.
Ain't we waiting for the lion?
He's in the great hunting ground in the sky. Good day, sir, and thank you. But we really must be getting along.
Yeah, I won't keep you. So long.
So long, Mr. Morgan. Next time you see me, I'll be topping the bill, I promise. Or at least I'll be on the bill.
So needless to say, that is what happens if you do not kill the legendary lion while hunting it in-game. It's always fun to try experiments like this, even if the things you notice are quite small. And that's why I love to hear from you guys in the comments down below as well, or more importantly, on my Facebook page. If there's a experiment or a mystery you'd like me to try and solve or accomplish, or just a secret or a cool location to check out, please let me know over there, and I might actually make it into a video. If you guys did go on to enjoy this one, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.